I love the phrase, which is the good is the enemy of the great. So within advertising agencies, most people are tied up most of the time doing work that is 4 out of 10 to 7 out of 10. They're worried that the size of the logo is going to knock it down to a 3 out of 10, or if they can get this actor in it, it'll take it up to a 5 out of 10. All of which is a complete waste of time, because this city, most cities are wallpapered with stuff that nobody looks at. It's average, maybe it's good, maybe it's okay, but people don't have the time to engage with that. People are only going to engage with the spikes, the peaks, the extraordinary bits of work. And that's the great. And that's what I think Frank meant when he said the good is the enemy of the great. People spend a lot of time saying, this is good, that's all right, isn't it? And in my view, that's a complete waste of everybody's time and energy. You never aim for good and overhit and hit great. Never happens. So you've got to aim for great, and you've got to be really driven and pure about that. The essence of advertising is to look at what are the rules in any marketplace that people are subconsciously following in any sector. So in TBWA, disruption workshops, I used to love them, and the key thing in them was you'd get a client into a room, you'd cover one wall with examples of marketing in that sector that client came from. And two things happened in the client's head at that time. First was they thought, actually, that's what I thought I was looking for. That's what car ads look like. The second thing was the realization that if they did that, it would be a waste of money and time, and they'd be throwing their money away. That's the key thing for me, that the advice I give to people is try and understand in any market what are the rules of that marketplace, because people will be subconsciously obeying rules in that marketplace that are holding them back. And if you can find the right rules to break, and it's been said a million times, but that's the essence of it to me, find the right rules to break. This might be rose-tinted spectacles, but you know, when I first joined the industry, there seemed to be a sense of creative flair, a love of creativity for its own sake. I bet you back then more agencies were run by people from a creative background. I think these days most agencies, whether they're digital agencies, design agencies, whatever kind of agencies, are run by people who've come up from essentially the account handling side, not from the creative side. Go back a few years and there was more of a split, more of a balance. I think you need that balance, which allows a respect for the creative process and the creative resource. And I think at the minute that just isn't really there. I don't think agencies now fight for creative work. I don't think they really understand the value of creativity. The most interesting people in an agency at any one point are the people who are earning the least money and have the least job security, and they are the junior creatives. And it's a nightmare for creatives to get into the industry. They have to go through endless placements. The money is awful, the system is awful, there's no security, there's no respect. And yet that is the most precious resource any of those agencies have. I don't think they recognize it. So to me, the students coming into the industry are really, you know, that's where you're going to find the inspirational thinking. So, but I don't think the industry really, you know, is geared up to make the most of that at all.